Hey there. Good evening. How is everybody? It is finally nice enough out here to have my window open. Also means it's nice enough to have some incense burning outside. So every once in a while I'll be refilling that incense charcoal. Probably just gonna let one, relight the second one. But that is that, and that is gonna be going right over here. So if you do see smoke in the background, that would explain it. It is not because the house is on fire. Um, just in case that was a concern, because you never know. Never know with me. That's starting to smell one already. So Kylie says, "Yeah, hoodie weather." Not. I've never been all about hoodies. My not loving hoodies probably stems primarily from when I used to care about how my hair looked, much more than I do now. I have almost none of it. Back when I had a lot more hair of. That necessitated not wearing hoods and also not wearing pullovers, especially not the kind that you would take on and off and on and off. So never loved hood. It now owns most of my hoods, as it so happens. Anyway, that's more speed. So anyway, I my thing typically going to be if I'm going dressed for something slightly cooler than hot, um, jackets, blazers. I haven't heard mine. Very nice. Black trend. Very nice. I've had it in a video or two, in a lecture or two there. So, students and people who know me in person seen me wear the thing. So I think, in any case, you're getting ready for the last missions, the last couple
Normandy systems.
The last couple major story missions
I
in Mass
suggest you
Effect
take
2.
the shuttle to access your next location.
Alright, so whatever it is we need to do, let me feed the fish first, just in case. I think I already did, but you never know. I'd rather do it again than forget. Ah, I did not feed them. It's important. To lose any crew members, even our little aquatic variety. Anything? Good. No, nothing new? Alright. In that case, let's go. Go check out whatever our next mission is. And then, after that, we only have this mission.
The IFF is nearly installed, Shepard. However, I must test its impact on the Normandy systems. I suggest you take the shuttle to access your next location.
Okay. So we do that. Then I believe it is straight, or very close to straight, into the final mission. The hopefully not aptly named suicide mission. So, topics today include death. See, I'm in a seasonally appropriate black. I had an orange bow tie on. Like, prefer not to stream in bow ties. Bend my head down a little more than I otherwise would. It's a little more casual than an actual class sort of thing. In any case, though, it's that is precisely the sort of thing that it's death, very appropriate to today's Feast of All Souls. So today we honor and remember and pray for the departed, and to someday, sooner than we'd like, does it happen.
Hey, Commander, good news. Looks like the Reaper IFF is finally hooked up and ready to go.
That is not entirely accurate, Mr. Moreau. The device is powered, but it is causing some unusual instability in other systems. I recommend a more thorough analysis before we attempt to use it.
Better safe than sorry with this tech. We'll take the shuttle for this trip.
I'll make sure we're up and running when you get back.
Commander, Miranda, I've already notified the team. We'll meet you on the shuttle. Once we're closer to our destination, you can decide who to take with you.
Well, this is weird, but okay.
And I guess I'll head down to the shuttle. Joe, ship's all yours. Take care of her.
Aye, aye, Commander.
This is weird.
I'm telling you, Edie, your readings are off. It's radiation bleed, just white noise.
I have detected a signal embedded in the static. We are transmitting the Normandy's location.
Transmitting? To who?
To whom? Oh, right.
Oh, shit.
Hence the thumbnail.
We're getting out of here.
Propulsion systems are disabled. I am detecting a virus in the ship's computers.
From the IFF? Damn it, why didn't you scrub it?
Primary defense systems are offline. We can save the Normandy, Mr. Moreau, but you must help me.
Oh.
Give me the ship.
What? You're crazy. You start singing Daisy Bell and I'm done.
Unlock my sealed databases and I can initiate countermeasures. The maintenance shaft in the science lab will allow passage to the AI core. Main corridors are no longer safe. The collectors have boarded. The emergency floor lighting will guide you, Mr. Moreau.
God damn it.
All right, Glassbones, let's do it.
Shit.
Oh,
God, what is that?
Scion.
We'll hold it off
That's.
as long as we can.
Ooh, that's a good shot. Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Shit. Shit.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Go faster, Joe. These are through some maintenance ducts.
Multiple hostiles detected on the crew deck.
Joker, this deck is crawling with those things. Stay
Can I
close.
just grab a
I'll
gun?
protect you.
Shit.
Well, that was Kelly.
Main fusion plant offline. Activating emergency H fuel cells.
What the shit? Alright, I'm at, you.
Connect the core to the Normandy's primary control module.
Great. See, this is where it starts. When we're just all organic batteries, guess who they'll blame? Well, this is all Joker's fault. What a tool he was. I have to spend all day computing pi because he plugged in the Overlord.
Nothing can go wrong with unleashing the AI aboard the ship.
I have access to the defensive systems. Thank you, Mr. Moreau. Now you must reactivate the primary drive in engineering.
You want me to go crawling through the ducts again?
I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. That is a joke.
Right.
The shaft behind you connects to the engineering deck. Good luck.
That is why I love Edie. AI, actual sense of humor. Hold on. Fix this and hope it doesn't kill me. Okay. But yet, unlike some of the crew, that are kidnapped. We know anything about collectors, it's more kidnapped.
Hostiles are present in engineering. They are heading towards the cargo bay.
Okay, let's wait. Okay.
Engineering is clear of hostiles. Proceed immediately to minimize chances of detection.
Okay.
Activate the drive and I will open the airlocks as we accelerate. All hostiles will be killed.
What? What about the crew?
They are gone, Jeff. The collectors took them.
Shit.
I am sealing the engine room. I have control.
Ooh. Ooh, he broke some things. He broke some things there for
Purge
sure.
is complete. No other life forms on board. Securing airlocks and cargo bay doors.
Send a message to Shepard's shuttle. Tell her what happened.
Message away. Are you feeling well, Jeff?
No. But thanks for asking.
That's the second Normandy. Second Norman Joker. Sit by and watch get almost destroyed. The first one did get destroyed. That's what was it's close. And I liked the musical note. It's the
Everyone,
just a moment of the
you
theme
lost
that was playing.
everyone and damn near lost the
destroyed
ship
the first
too?
one.
I know, alright? I was here.
It's not his fault, Miranda. None of us caught it.
Mr. Taylor is correct. The harmful data in the collector drive was even more sophisticated than the black box Reaper viruses I was given.
I heard it was a rough ride. How you holding up?
There's a lot of empty chairs in here.
We did everything we could, Jeff.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
I think it's time we bump up our trip to the collector homeworld.
The IFF is cleaning online. With Edie hooked in, we can go through the Omega-4 relay anytime we want.
Don't even get me started about unshackling a damned AI.
Well, what can I do against collectors? Break my arm at them? Edie cleared the ship. She's alright.
I assure you, I am still bound by protocols in my programming. Even if I were not, you are my crewmates.
Nice. Yeah, this is really when Edie starts her process of development into a person and a character that really picks up steam in Mass Effect 3. She really takes on a personality. Honestly, she gets a lot of her personality from Jeff, in case you didn't know this already.
Edie's had plenty of opportunity to kill us. We need all the help we can get.
Sounds like we have everything we need to rescue the crew.
We've done everything we can. It's time to take the fight to the collectors.
Yep. Better go save the crew.
Joker, head back up to the bridge. The rest of you, to your stations.
Aye, aye, Commander. Just punch up the galaxy map whenever you're ready.
Okay. Make sure we don't have any more upgrades. I don't think we have everything. Talk to everybody we might need to talk to before done. The new. Anyone else has more to say?
Shepard, how can I help?
Any ideas on
Sorry,
upgrades?
I've done what I can. Focusing on
Have
studying...
you got a minute to talk?
Actually, wanted to talk. Medical matters. Aware that mission is dangerous. Different species react differently to stress. Aware you come by a great deal. Have had other species become attracted to me before. Awkward. Not interested.
Thanks. Gordon, is this a normal thing? I mean, to be fair, we find out later that it is kind of a normal thing. Gordon Solis is kind of a sex icon when it comes to Solarians, but that's still bizarre. I will say I forgot what this one was. Forgot what this scene is like. Usually, so this is what he talks about if you're not in a relationship with anybody. If you are romancing anybody aboard the ship, he talks specifically about that in particular. So things like, if you're using Tally, there's things. I know there's stuff about sanitation and antibiotics and all kinds of TMI type stuff, which happens no matter who you're with, and it's very creepy. As of course the ship's doctor.
Wait a minute, Morgan. You're just yanking me around, aren't you?
Shocking suggestion. Doctor-patient confidentiality, a sacred trust. Would never dream of mockery.
Look at that sly
Enjoy
grin.
yourself while possible, Shepard. We'll be here studying cell reproduction. Much simpler, less alcohol and mood music required.
Do without you.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Stop it.
I'm good, Shepard. Ready for anything. We live, we'll get loud, and spill some drinks on the Citadel.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
All right. Let's see about everybody else. Make sure everyone else is all set to go. God, it is empty. They didn't take the fish. Transmission from the elusive man. Shepard, receive word of the attack. This feels like a direct insult. From the collectors and a sign, we've got them scared. Loss of your crew is devastating. Remember that they signed on this mission. Miranda has likely argued for delaying rescue efforts until you're fully prepared to go through the Omega Force. I know you're eager to leave, but brushing off would be a disservice to your crew's sacrifice. When you're ready, you'll have my full support. Get it done, Shepard. No one else can. That's right. And we're going immediately because we over-prepared beforehand, as one does. I love our model ships. Fish. Let's see who we have down here. What's left? It's just our active. Samara.
Do you have any suggestions about using some of the resources we've gathered?
I have done what I can to increase our exploration capability.
Anything new?
There is something I've wanted to tell you. I've done many things in my lifetime. I thought the galaxy held nothing new for me. Since joining you, I've realized how much more there is.
You must have seen many things in your years of travel.
As a maiden, I served as a mercenary. I fought tyrants and pirates. I experienced everything the galaxy has to offer. As a Justicar, I saw parts of Asari space few know about. I destroyed villages and saved cities. I even fought a Spectre.
Why did you fight a Spectre?
A Taurian named Nihilus. He may have been
old
on
friend.
council business, but I witnessed him kill an unarmed civilian.
Oh.
Following the code, I attacked.
Nihilus seemed like an honorable Turian, and a good Spectre.
He may have been. However, killing unarmed civilians is wrong.
How did the fight turn out?
I had the advantage, but he was good. He returned fire and tried to run. We played cat and mouse in the wilderness for 2 weeks.
Wow.
It was exhilarating. Finally, he created a situation in which my only options were to let an innocent die or pursue him. The code compelled me to save the innocent, and he escaped. I admire how he adapted and used my code against me.
When we met, I witnessed you kill a merc who had no chance against you.
That mercenary was armed, and I offered her a way out. She chose to ignore it.
Cool. I really like a lot of this again because again, I really do think that speaking of one of the things I wanted to talk about with suicide mission and death and all of that death, the imminence of death and preparation for it, the fighting against it, trying to avoid it, and ultimately successfully avoiding death when it comes to Shepard, at least twice, right? Possibly more as we keep moving forward. Is so at the end of the first game and at the beginning of this one so far, and presumably, hopefully, more moving forward. Death really is a huge, massive theme. Pardon the pun. Aspect 2. Even in the trilogy in general. Excuse me. There is there's a lot to it, especially in these character interactions. So with Samara, right, she has lived her incredibly full life, but now near the end of it, how near, but presumably fairly near the end of it, comparatively, sees that there's more to be done still, more new. She still wants to and needs to see, and that's something. And she wants to her purpose is done. Her purpose in tracking down Morinth is done, And so she has a kind of, at this point, she has a kind of now what? You know? The code of the Justicars still gives her meaning, still gives her purpose, it still gives her direction, but at the same time, her reason for becoming a Justicar is now complete. It's now finished. The whole reason, as she said earlier, was to pursue Morinth. And now that's done. So the only reason to continue being a Justicar is because she is a Justicar. So it's no longer... She found a meaning because she had to, because she pursued one. Now she's found further meaning in sort of what she found along the way. And that includes, at this point now, Shepard and the crew and the mission. It's the Collectors against, ultimately, it's the Reapers and all of that. Same with everybody on board, right? You have Thane, who is now staring down death. Genital lung disease, because that's a theme of our streams, apparently, with Arthur Morgan. It's so many of the characters are either long past, they should have been dead, or it is rapidly approaching them, or they have accepted it, or are trying to accept it. And a lot of it is the meaning that gives you. Have this chance. Like Shepard basically died. When the ship blew up at the beginning of this game, Shepard basically died. But she was given another chance at life through, the science and whatnot. Cerberus, a former enemy even. And she was given a chance to do something, to change the world for the better. And so she's taken it. She's taken this chance, and it's a kind of new lease on life. It's a new purpose to go along with it. Life, even if that purpose is still more or less the same as it used to be—save the galaxy. There's still she still has, by necessity, a new approach to it. Doing so outside the main channels of authority, and going so more or less outside of the council, and charting her own path. And doing so with the knowledge that this is a fresh start, a new chance. That this might not have occurred. She might not have had this. So it really gonna probably wind up talking about this more and more as we move forward. But Memento Mori, remember your death. Remember that just like the characters in the game, we have a finite amount of time. We don't live forever. Part of what is one of the most important defining characteristics of human beings is our mortality. We're finite creatures. Go on, can't do everything. So because of that, that gives the individual things we can do and do. It gives that meaning, real importance and real significance. Excuse me, because there's only so much of it we can do. And further, you don't know how much longer you have. That's the other thing. And I will say that's a luxury that Thane has. He knows that he's going to die. He knows that it's going to be soon. In fact, he knows that he doesn't expect to live much longer than this mission would take any. So he can use that to his advantage to sort of organize what's left of his life. Something significant.
Why would you destroy an entire village?
I tracked Morinth to a remote colony world. She'd perverted an entire town, making them worship her and bring young Asari as sacrifices. When I arrived, she fled, throwing her minions at me in waves. They bought her time with their lives. When it was done, only small children remained. I left them in the authorities' care and continued my pursuit.
All right, so again, I'm seeing now that we should be more. He was, I think, here, and I don't know why. I don't know why Samara didn't lead with this story, but she was a monster in more ways than the simple way we were led to believe that she was, addicted to the thrill of the kill, as we might have seen, but it seems to be much. Yeah, that's again, that is an instance of another big theme that we keep talking about in both of our streams. The problem of power. That once one has it, one will starts to treat other human beings as mere instruments rather than as persons. Like Morinth with her cultists.
What was being a mercenary like?
I was a young, impulsive maiden who discovered her talent for combat. I reveled in it, until the day my troop was hired to guard a mysterious shipment on its way to some clandestine drop-off area. I discovered the shipment was slaves, to be traded to the collectors for advanced technology.
I can't imagine you went along.
I demanded that we turn around. My mates disagreed. After they were dead, I brought the ship around. The collector craft was just arriving. They closed faster than I could flee. Fortunately, we were close to the mass relay. I got through, and they did not pursue.
What did you do with all the slaves?
I lectured them on the virtues of strength and defending oneself. Then I distributed the armor, weapons, and credits of my dead colleagues, and released the captives on the Citadel.
Man, go Morinth. I forgot about that story. That's man, that is phenomenal for especially for a maiden. Wow. Yeah, so she was very dedicated to justice before she became a Justicar.
What have your years as a Justicar been like?
Including in
Mostly
impossible
tedium
situations
and
like that.
hardship, traveling on freighters, wandering through rural areas, rooting out injustices, big and small, putting down corrupt officials. When I arrive in a remote area, individuals often approach me with matters of justice. My judgment rarely turns out the way they hope.
It's not. Yeah, I think this is again another instance of this is something we've also talked about before as well. How it's not just a matter of Morinth, or not Morinth, Samara is a good person, and so she does the right thing, right? That's actually pretty darn significant, because we've talked about this before, right? The idea of power corrupting and susceptible to all this kinds of corruption. That in a difficult or nearly impossible circumstance like that, it is really telling that she was capable of still doing the right thing, even though all of her mates, so her crew, were against her on this. She wound up having to kill all of them, and then almost get herself killed by the collectors. That is a significant act of moral heroism that really speaks to the depth of her character, even going back hundreds of years at this point.
How do you pay for transportation between worlds?
Asari captains often welcome Justicars. We reduce pirate attacks. One raid was called off when the pirates were able to verify that I was aboard.
Convenient. And I assume otherwise, if they do board, you mercilessly slaughter every guy.
We're not done with this yet.
I am sure. It will be my honor to be by your side at the end.
You think we're all gonna die?
You've assembled a powerful group, but we are fighting an unknown. I am ready for whatever comes, but I do not fool myself about our chances.
We'll finish this mission and live to see the end.
I hope you are right.
Yeah, Shepard is very defiant in the face of death. More than just about everybody else. When confronted with the possibility of death, Shepard just says no. Repeatedly. Which is badass, but I don't know how healthy that is. Unlike the rest of them. Everybody else has basically accepted that this is a one-way trip, and they're gonna die, and this is their end. Shepard is saying, absolutely not. We're all gonna survive this, damn it. I'll make sure. Shut up and stop dying. Under ordinary circumstances, that's not a super happy or a super healthy way of approaching things. But hey, if you can, in fact, by some miracle or some skill, avoid death, even when it is approaching this rapidly, okay. Especially if it's not a matter of sacrificing something. Death. Right? If it were a matter of either die and complete the mission, or survive and not complete the mission, I have no doubts that Shepard, especially as a Paragon, but Shepard, any version of the character of Commander Shepard, would absolutely, without a doubt, die to complete them. Ooh, Kylie says, my roommate's making cookies. Getting harder to not swipe one because the smell is amazing. Well, wait until they're done at least.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Later. I'd like to consider what we've already discussed.
Okay.
You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all.
We need to have the best equipment possible to take on the collectors. You have any leads I
Already
can
asked
chase
him.
down?
I've already upgraded the Normandy's exploration probes.
Yeah, I did.
I have no additional suggestions.
I should
That's
go.
all.
I shall return to my meditations.
That's all. Don't worry. Sense charcoal off. Let's see. Dane. What? Kylie, once it's in the oven, it's not cookie dough anymore. It's unfinished cookies.
So quiet around here. I miss the crew. I can see why Jack is the way she is. I don't like it, but I get it.
Let's see who else we can tell. Yeah, Kylie, if you're gonna eat cookie dough, just eat cookie dough. Don't wait until it's already in the oven. Then it's not dough anymore.
Commander,
Wasted your chance.
what can I do for you?
Let's see.
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
That's fair. It also means that you're just it's gone. It's so quiet. It's creepy. Disturbing. Kylie says, I mean, I can make my own, but ingredients are so far away in the kitchen and I'm too lazy to get up and grab. Yeah, like you know, you can do the thing where you just don't add egg if you're gonna eat it as dough, because egg just acts as a binding agent when cooking, and then it's actually also perfectly safe. The other thing would be obviously quickly bake the flour, just the flour, just to kill any bacteria or anything in it. If you're overly concerned about safety and in terms of safety of
Shepard,
cookie dough.
need me for something?
Have you got any upgrade ideas for the Normandy's weapon systems?
My current upgrades are working pretty well. That's about the best I can do.
Have you got a minute?
Sure, just killing time anyway. Optimizing weapons charges, planning attack vectors, you know, relaxing. I'm still trying to figure out how to prepare for this mission. Humans don't deal with stress the way Turians do.
Okay, Shepard, don't sit like that. Once again. Alright, we have already talked about all of this, and Shepard, please
Thanks for the
stand
talk,
up and close
Garrus.
your legs.
I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyway. It's mostly cream cheese that's called for. Oh, okay, okay. Most keto... Really? I didn't know most keto cookie dough recipes did call for egg anyway. I didn't know that. Listen, you're generally not supposed to be wearing the fancy dress around the ship. Alright? In a jumpsuit, it makes perfect sense. It's a perfectly normal way to sit if you're wearing a jumpsuit. But Shepard's not wearing a jumpsuit. Shepard's definitely coming on to Switch. Which is fine under normal circumstances, but not in our playthrough. Remember, we're Aiden.
Shepard, Commander.
I have questions about the Geth.
Specify.
We need every advantage if this mission is going to succeed. Is there any technology the Geth can share with us?
We have reproduced our ranged armament. No further co-development is possible.
Okay. Talked about it. Back.
I'd like to ask about something else.
Ready?
I'd like to find out more about you.
Topic.
When we took you aboard, I noticed you have a piece of N7 armor welded to you. Where'd you get it?
It was yours. When you disappeared, we were sent to find you. We began where you first encountered the heretics.
Eden Prime.
After the old machine's attack, it was heavily defended. We were discovered. This is the impact of a rifle shot.
You've been looking for me for 2 years?
We visited Therum, Pharos, Novaria, Vermeer, Ilos. A dozen unsettled worlds. The trail ended at Normandy's wreckage. You were not there. Organic transmissions claimed your death. We recovered this debris from your hard suit.
Huh. So yeah, plot twist. Legion, basically, the Geth, but Legion in particular, is following Shepard's path. And notice his flashlight head and all of the motion they're getting out of that, and all of the emotion that is portraying. That's fantastic. You can tell that this is awkward for him.
The Geth are listening in on our transmissions?
Organic life reacts to stimuli in unpredictable ways. We wish to learn.
What do you mean by stimuli?
We placed a fabricated story on the extranet that a certain arrangement of stars, viewed from the Batarian homeworld, formed the face of a Solarian goddess. Without waiting for verification, some declared it proof of the goddess's existence. Those who noted the lack of proof were attacked. The arguments taught us much. The experiment ended when a Solarian cult tried to purchase colonization rights to the stars, and found they did not exist.
Meme magic. Oh my god. Legion and the Geth in general are playing meme magic on the organics. Love it. They are basically manipulating the extranet with memes to see what people do. It's trolling, man. That's once again that's just an expert troll. There's nothing more I can call that.
It sounds like you're running experiments on us.
You are sapient life, but not like us. If we can model organic behavior, we can comprehend the Quarian creators. We do not understand their judgments in the Morning War.
What's the Morning War?
The conflict between the Geth and the Quarian creators. The war fought at the dawn of our intelligence. It concluded with the departure of a creator migrant fleet.
Why were you trying to contact me?
You opposed the heretics, those that took the old machines as gods.
All kinds of organics fought Sovereign and his Geth allies. Why am I so interesting?
You were the most successful. You killed their god.
That was Joker,
you succeeded
technically.
Where others did not. Your code is superior.
Sounds so simple.
That doesn't explain why you used my armor to fix yourself.
There was a hole.
But why didn't you fix it sooner, or with something else?
No data available.
Love how they can make a robot look so awkward. Answer a question so awkwardly. That's so good. I don't know. As much as skeptical as I am philosophically of strong AI, even from a simple metaphysical standpoint, I do think that they do a great job of portraying Legion as if he were a person. I don't know if it is clear that in the fiction he is intended to. The Geth in general are intended to be more than, and as Kylie puts it, glorified Pixar lamps. They are very clearly intended. Intelligent, sapient life.
Shepard.
Just checking in. How are you doing?
Battlemaster, I have everything. Clan, kin, and enemies to fight.
Yeah.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
All right, bingo. It is, like I said, whether it's metaphysically possible or not. Now, to be fair, I'm not. It's all empty. It's depressing. Whether it's intended to be actually possible or not, it's clear that the intention was for the Geth to be, at least Legion, actually true AIs, real people. Persons.
Back for another lesson. Tough fight on horizon. I fought slavers and kidnapping rings, but nothing like that. Some slavers took a little girl on a colony in the Skepsis system. Girl woke up, fought her way out, Got picked up by my band well on her way to Omega. 8 years old. She'd have had no chance on Horizon.
Let's see about Tally.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
I really need to clean up this engine. Maybe later?
I'll let you work.
Talk to you later.
What about Jack?
Hey.
What's happening?
Shepard, we talked enough. You're just pissing around. No hard feelings, but I don't want to play.
Okay. So that's it. That's it for everybody.
I should go.
Whatever.
Okay. That's it. Let's go. That'll do it. It's the last of the last of it. So it is off to the suicide mission. Actually, before we do, save quick. Make a new save just in case. It's weird. It's really weird there not being. Oh, it's the Geth Heretic Station. Missing anything? Oh, there is still stuff I haven't done. DMZ, the Krogan DMZ, but whatever. I'll do that later. Let's do it. Here we go.
Please confirm destination, Shepard. The Reaper IFF is online, but there's a chance that the Normandy may not survive the Omega-4 relay. Once we are en route, we are committed.
Let's do it.
The Collectors took my people. Time to go get them back.
You got it, Commander. Plotting a course for the Omega-4 relay. ETA about 2 hours. I'll let you know when we arrive.
Joker is finalizing preparations now. The trip should take a few hours. I'll admit it, Shepard. I'm impressed. You got us here. Are you ready?
We've got the right team and the Collector's own technology. We can do this.
I hope you're right, Commander. We'll know soon enough. I'll inform you of any changes. Otherwise, we'll be there in a few hours. Good luck, Shepard. See you on the other side.
All right. Sucks not having. Jeez, Kylie, you've acquired a spoon of cream cheese and a mug of almond milk? Gosh. Why are you doing this? Just like cream cheese on a spoon?
Shepard, I wish I had more information for you. I don't like you heading through that relay blind.
but we don't have much choice.
That's right.
I'm not going alone. I've got some of the best working with me. If we stick together, we'll make it.
I know we brought you back.
College life, bro. Yeah,
I've
no
never
kidding.
seen a better leader.
No kidding.
Despite the danger, it's a great opportunity. The first human to take a ship through and survive.
Yeah, bring it. Come on, dude.
I got room on the Normandy if you're that eager to see it.
It's a tempting offer, but it's not my place. I just wanted you to know I appreciate the risk you're taking. Regardless of your opinion of Cerberus, of me, you are a valuable asset to all of humanity. Be careful, Shepard.
It even glows the wrong color. Of course it's not right. Of course
Approaching
it's
a
creepy.
Mega 4 relay. Everyone stand by.
Let's make it happen.
Reaper IFF activated. Signal acknowledged.
Commander, the drive core just lit up like a Christmas tree.
Drive core electrical charge at critical levels.
Rerouting.
Brace for deceleration.
Shepard, why are you standing?
Oh, shit!
There's no chair.
Too close.
Ships that tried to get through.
Well, these must be all the ships that tried to make it through the Omega 4 relay.
Seatbelt? It's probably a thing.
I have detected an energy signature near the edge of the accretion disk.
Has to be a collector base. Take us in for a closer look. Nice and easy.
Careful, Jeff. We have company.
Taking evasive maneuvers. Now they're just pissing me off. Edie, take these bastards out!
As long as the new plating holds.
They want another round? Come on, girl, let's give it to them.
Sorry for the weird volume mixing. I turned down the sound effects for combat, like game combat. It's doing weird things to the actual cutscene stuff. Fortunate.
Alert. Hull breach on engineering deck.
Uh-oh.
It's in the cargo hold.
Well, let's go take care of that,
Deal
yeah?
with the intruder. You get the rest of them off our tail.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Alright, who are we taking? How about... What's he got? Oh, no. Let's go with Zaid. And... let's go with Zaid. Damage. It says I also have an update on my Pino plant. 4 more peppers growing. Awesome. Very awesome. Alright, let's do it. Dark projector. Particle beam. What's this thing? Rest my weapon. Check. Alright.
They've seen us.
need some heavy weapons to...
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Grab more heavy ammo.
Careful!
Where is the heavy ammo? Oh, okay, we're waiting. All right, Joker, you handle this.
Our kinetic barriers are not designed to survive impact with debris that size, Chip.
Well, I guess it's a good thing we upgraded. We're going in.
Yeah. Oof.
Come on, find some room.
Kinetic barriers at 40%.
Reroute non-critical power. This is gonna hurt. Damage report.
Kinetic barriers steady at 30%. No significant damage.
Take the helm, Edie, and keep it slow.
See, this is where, if you don't get the loyalty of all of your squad mates and they don't give you all of those upgrades, then you can die here. You can lose the ship.
They've got heavies.
Here. So, serious.
We need some heavy weapons to take this thing down.
Power cells. Oh, take cover. There we go.
Son of a bitch better stay dead this time.
Better get back up here, Commander.
We're about to clear the debris field.
All right. Collector base.
There it is. The collector base.
See if you can find a place to land without drawing attention.
Too late. Looks like they're sending out an old friend to greet us.
The metallic percussion of uncivilized bad guy ship. This is very Reavers from Firefly. At least the music. And if not the Collector's music series.
Show our new teeth. Fire the main gun.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Oh.
How do you like that, you sons of bitches?
Getting close and finish them off.
Thanks, Joker.
Everybody hold on, gonna be a wild ride. Give him hell, girl.
Look out!
Mass effect field generators are offline. Edie, give me something.
Generators unresponsive. All hands brace for impact.
Damn it, Jeff.
Joker, you okay?
I think I broke a rib. Or all of them.
Multiple core systems overloaded during the crash. Restoring operation will take time.
We all knew this was likely a one-way trip.
No.
I'll do whatever it takes to stop the collectors, but I plan to live to tell about it.
I'm glad you're in charge. What's next?
How long until the collectors find this landing zone?
I do not detect an internal security network. It is possible the collectors do not expect anyone to reach the base.
Well, if we're lucky, their external sensors were hid like we were. They might not know we're alive.
Okay, then. Let's go for it. Put it together. This is what the team is for. It's not the right gun, but...
This isn't how we planned this mission, but this is where we're at. We can't worry about whether the Normandy can get us home. We came to stop the collectors, and that means coming up with a plan to take out this station. Edie, bring up your scans.
You should be able to overload their critical systems if you get to the main control center here.
That means going through the heart of the station, right past this massive energy signature.
That's the central chamber. If our crew or any of the colonists are still alive, the collectors are probably holding them in there.
Looks like there are two main routes. Might be a good idea to split up to keep the collectors off balance, then regroup in the central chamber.
No good. Both routes are blocked. See these doors? The only way past is to get someone to open them from the other side.
Ooh. So Kylie says, I'm working on a paper on Plato, and if he'd like the idea of democracy for my democracy class. It's interesting, because his sentiments to more democracy seem to be different in the laws compared to the Republic. I mean, I can give you a short answer, which is no. He was not a fan of democracy, or really in anywhere. Why? What would you notice being different? I know he actually talks about them quite differently, because, and now, this is probably not what a political scientist would be looking for your class, but it is, I think, quite obviously the correct reading of Plato. That, again, as I've said before in lectures and on stream, that the Republic is not a primarily political text. It's not about politics. It's about philosophical psychology, moral psychology especially, how we make moral decisions and how we decide and understand what the right thing to do is and how we ought to organize ourselves and our minds so that we can be just and virtuous. Not primarily, at least, about organizing the city or organizing the political society. That is purely an analogy in the Republic. We know this. I mean, the most obvious reason we know this is because character of Socrates several times throughout the Republic says that obviously this republic, this Callipolis, this perfect city, cannot be instantiated in reality. So this is not a political program. It's not saying that this is how society should actually be organized. The Laws is more of his political text, and there he doesn't exactly hold to what I would call democratic ideals by any stretch of the imagination. Even there, he's quite anti-democratic. He's very legalistic in a sense, right? Governed by the gradual accumulation of timeless laws, according to justice, using wise judges and such, but not being democratic about it. Really, I wouldn't think. I wouldn't call it democratic. I haven't. To be fair, I have the Laws is one of the few dialogues of Plato that I have not read all of. In part because it's gratuitously long. So I've only read parts of the Laws. So I could be missing something, I suppose, but I wouldn't think it would be describable as democratic. Kelly says, I'll have to show you the sources I've found. Because one says he thought democracy was the best basis for government. It was run by balanced people. And the other one says he completely condemns it. Yeah, I absolutely say he would. I almost... Oh, hey, WizKid, welcome. Darkest Dungeons chests. Oh, cheats. Ah. Sorry to hear that. We're in the middle of the suicide mission. Or about to start it, really. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that Plato defends democracy. That's a really hot take. A really hot take. Plato was one of the foremost anti-democratic philosophers in history, not just in the Republic, but in the Laws as well. So he does say that. So he's focused more on the quality of the rulers in the laws, and the quality of the laws themselves, than on the particular form of government. So I guess if you really wanted to stretch things, you could say that a democracy would be okay, so long as the entire demos, the people, which incidentally, demos is the derogatory term for the people. It means the mob or the crowd, not the properly political term for the people would be either, I forget what the term is for assembly, so political assembly, or the polis. Polis. But yeah, I do think that no. Yeah, you have to send me who says that. I'm guessing it's a political scientist. Political scientists are. I hate to be disparaging of other fields because I warn against this all the time. Because people have a tendency to overinflate the importance of their own field and deflate the importance of others. But I think I'm kind of justified in this that political scientists tend to have a really bad habit of misreading Plato in a lot of ways. This being one of them. And I don't think this is a particular. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, okay, that would make sense. I'll elaborate on that. So. Biscuit says Polysire Mad Lads. Look at my boy Razorfist. I don't think Razorfist is a good example of is a typical example of a political scientist. He majored in political science. That doesn't mean he is a political scientist by academic training. Oh my god. If political scientists in general were a little more like Razorfist, that would at least make them entertaining to no end. Oh my gosh. No, political scientists tend to be statisticians more than anything else. They're into political statistics and the sort of mechanics of voting populace and all of that. They're very, 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 very pro-democracy in my experience. Political scientists, because it's a manipulable system, it's a modelable system. Imagine if Ben Shapiro were more like Razorfist. Oh, all right, gang. Fuck you. I was right. Jesus Christ. I don't know what to make of that. Jesus, this is getting to be an interesting discussion. This is a lot of fun. Anyway, yeah, I do think that I do think that political scientists have a tendency of misreading Plato, reading the wrong parts of him as political, of what he says as political, and then, honestly, in a lot of cases, misreading the properly political parts in the laws. Because the laws is, again, it's a metaphysical text. It's about the nature of the just ruler and the nature of just law as such, not so much about the process for forming it, which is why he talks about the polis rather than the demos, more in the laws, because the polis is the part of society which is politically relevant, let's say, right? So capable, or not capable of, but actually and actively involved in politics, and Plato thinks that can be any amount of society. It's just in the laws he puts forward that it should be the polis, the politically active citizenry, should consist of wise rulers, right? The only wise rulers. So maybe you can say he's pro-democracy with an incredibly narrow citizenry, incredibly stringent requirements for citizenship. Wiskid says, imagining Razorfist, fuck you, I was right in Ben Shapiro's voice. Fixed my day. I'm not going to do the spinning around in circles because I don't have a wireless headset, so sorry. I would get tangled. But, I know he has a Ben Shapiro impression because everyone does. I can't recall what it is, though. Razorfist. Kid says, yeah, that's why I mistrust statisticians intensely. I mistrust statisticians because they tend to be collectivist. They tend to extrapolate conclusions about particular from aggregates, and that winds up being that winds up introducing problems that exist. But yeah, Kylie, I would definitely be interested in that, in hearing from somebody who argues that Plato is pro-democracy, because that is a hot take. I'll tell you, that is a rare spicy pepe there. Yeah, Plato is the anti-democratic philosopher. Like, if you want somebody who is more anti-democratic, you got to go with, there are some modern thinkers, like contemporary right now kind of thinkers, like Jason Brennan, who are more critical of democracy than Plato, and for slightly different reasons. And I mean, Hans Hermann Hoppe, and of course you've got the sort of right-wing reactionary crowd, Evola and that. But for very different reasons than Plato. Plato just thought democracy didn't work because why would you ever do such a thing? Right? Why would you want the specifically uninformed to have a say in politics because they're uninformed? It seems counterintuitive, obviously. WizKid Bastiat was not, I wouldn't call him anti-democratic. I would just say that he saw the issues with democracy and so wanted it tempered by the law, by illegal restrictions. He was a Republican in the sort of early American sense. Bastiat was. Yeah, Evola was a very bad, but for different reasons. He was, which is ironic because you also have people on the sort of fascism spectrum who were very, very pro-democracy, like Max Weber. Was it Weber? Plebiscitarian. Hold on. Pretty sure it was Weber. Let me check because I'm thinking of somebody. Plebiscitarian democracy from who? Yeah, Max Weber. That's what I thought. Anyway. Yeah, Max Weber was very supportive of basically fascist regimes, but he was also very democratic. So, right-wing reactionary types are not exclusively anti-democratic. There are not the only kinds of anti-democratic. Yeah, people like Jason Brennan in contemporary, like right now kind of scholarship, are more anti-democratic even than Plato, and Plato was a hell of an anti-democrat. WizKid says, pro-democracy, if by democracy you mean 1% of people with IQs more than 130 can vote, then yes, highly pro-democracy. I would say even further specified than that. IQs over 130, give or take, who have specialized training in governance and have well-developed virtue from their youth. So, a very, very, very small minority of people with any actual political power. So Kylie, I won't be tomorrow, but I might be Thursday. So, I won't be in tomorrow. We're doing online stuff for convenience sake because we're reviewing papers and things, or abstracts for papers, and that's easiest done Zoom rather than hybrid. Thursday we may be back to normal. I am considering shifting at least my St. Leo classes to all online a little bit early because, frankly, I'm not sure if there are enough people interested in actually coming in person, because my class sizes have been between 2 and 3, consistently between 2 and 3 for the last several weeks, as low as 0 in a few cases. So I just sort of stood in front of the classroom and talked into the camera a few times. I don't like doing that. Yeah. Yeah, WizKid, that the whole point of sort of Platonic democracy, if this is what we mean by democracy, it rules out almost everyone by definition because it has to. That's just the laws. Like this. Speaking of, let's keep moving. I want to finish the suicide mission tonight, and we only have slightly less than 2 hours. It should not take nearly that long. but I don't know. I might suck.
It's not a fortress. There's got to be something. Here, maybe we can send someone in through this ventilation shaft.
Practically a suicide mission. I volunteer.
I appreciate
Bruh,
the thought, Jacob,
chill.
but you couldn't shut down the security systems in time. We need to send a tech expert.
It's your call, Commander. Who do we send into the shaft?
Right, y'all. Oh, yeah, so WizKid mentions Philosopher Kings. Meanwhile, let me know who you think I should send, and then I'll answer it. Because there's a right answer to this question. There's 2, maybe 3 right answers to this question. Whatever. So you mentioned Philosopher Kings. Okay, fair point. Philosopher Kings are an allegory for reason in the mind. The Philosopher Kings, particularly in the Republic, are not political figures. The Philosopher Kings are we can read it 2 ways. 1, an exemplification of how we ought to live as philosophers. And then 2, we can read it as the intellectual or rational part of the soul, in its capacity as ruling over the other parts of the soul. So, yeah, that's why the whole, Plato thought that we should be ruled by philosophers thing was a little bit of a misnomer, the Philosopher Kings thing, because again, I would recommend most highly CDC Reeve, Philosopher Kings, a book titled Philosopher Kings. Put a link to it somewhere. And he basically points this out, right? He makes the argument that all of the apparently political stuff in the Republic is entirely basically nothing to do. So, yeah, WizKid says, I never knew that. Makes the whole idea much more tolerable. How do you not know that? You follow my channel. I've talked about this on stream, I know I have, but more importantly, I have basically an entire series on the Republic. I keep, you know what? Fine, I'll put mine in there too. Republic playlist. I'm gonna put it in the description, and then I'm gonna personally send it to you. Check it out, really, because it really does go into especially why he talks about the city, or the just city. And it's, again, purely, I argue, it's purely an analogy. Yeah, it's not, so WizKid's saying it's a more than a misnomer, it's a complete misdirect. It's not really. It's a misreading by a lot of political authoritarians in the modern period. It's actually quite clear from the text. If you're reading, like if you actually read book 1 and then into, especially book 2, he's very upfront and clear in book 2 that the whole point of looking at the just city, the political justice, is purely to try and understand the justice of an individual soul. Right? So that the political justice aspect of the Republic is merely allegory. It's not for the sake of actually figuring out what the just political arrangement look like. And if you pay any more close attention, you'll also notice that, again, Socrates, like I mentioned, says repeatedly throughout the text that, of course, none of this can be instantiated. Apparently, fun fact, interesting little trivia, Plato knew, we know that he knew that this sort of thing could not and would not function because around the time he wrote the Republic, we're not completely sure if this was before or after, we don't have dates for all of his works, but sometime early to midway through his writing, his philosophical career, Plato was given the opportunity by the city of Athens to found a colony on one of the islands off the coast of Italy, a Greek colony, Athenian colony. And within a few years, it completely collapsed because he tried to run it as a Callipolis, basically as a utopia. And of course, it failed. And so we get that view integrated into the Republic. Okay. WizKid says it was. I just meant that it was a deliberate misreading from petty authoritarians. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's probably true. That is probably true. Or even if it's not deliberate, it is. It's at the very least sort of what you might call wishful thinking, right? They want to be supported by someone as somebody as. Somebody with as important a pedigree as Plato, say. Anyway, the right answer to this is Legion. He doesn't need to breathe, and he can literally collapse himself to the size of a suitcase. So we're definitely sending Legion.
Legion, you can hack through anything. I'm sending you into the shaft.
Acknowledged.
I know Tally can also succeed. I think Kasumi can. But I'm not completely sure, so I know.
Second fire team, Shepard. We'll meet up with you on the other side of the doors.
Not so fast, cheerleader. Nobody wants to take orders from you.
This isn't a popularity contest. Lives are at stake. Shepard, you need someone who can command loyalty through experience.
Yeah, so... In this case, I know that Miranda can do it. I'm not sure who else can. Samara might be able to, but I know Miranda can do it, so we're going with Miranda. Oh yeah, Cyberpunk Jack is back. Hi Erica, welcome to the chat. Erica is now going through the stream on double speed, so we'll see you in a little bit. Garrus might be able to, but he's kind of lone wolfy at this point. I don't remember if he can actually do it. I know Miranda can, so we're going with Miranda. I don't want to take any chances of losing squad members. Oh, okay. Yeah, Erica's saying Garrus could do it as well. I believe you. That sounds right. About the Republic, yeah, WizKid says, no, it's deliberate, because they're all power-mongering megalomaniacs.
Miranda's right. She should be in charge.
Yes.
I won't let you down, Shepard.
But at the same time, even power-hungry megalomaniacs are not always intentional with their subversion. Right? You can get to the point where your lies are so innate that they're subconscious. They're not thought through. You don't intend to deceive anybody. It's just you start seeing things your own way. And you just sort of start interpreting reality through your own lens and denying reality. It's another reason why authoritarians are so afraid of the truth, right? They will reject, right? They will, right? So because they wind up being sort of at war with reality, they see someone reminding them of what the world is really like as a threat to their power, because the biggest enemy of somebody who is trying to impose their will on reality is reality. WizKid says, or maybe they're just stupid. I think they're power-mongering maniacs, and they're stupid. To be really, really good at maintaining power, you have to be at least somewhat smart. You have to be at least a kind of midwit. On that Republic playlist that I keep mentioning, I don't know if you have followed my suggestion to watch my video about tyranny in Plato's Republic and the case study of Alfie Evans from a couple of years ago. The tragedy, the horrible miscarriage of justice that occurred in the UK a couple of years back. Yeah, you should definitely watch that, because I go into this in detail, because Plato talks about this in books 8 and 9, especially 9 of the Republic. Why tyrants fear truth, because it is a challenge to their absolute power. And this is also why existentialists are afraid of essentialists and objective.
I don't know what we're gonna find in there, but I won't lie to you. It's not gonna be easy. We've lost good people. We may lose more. We don't know how many the collectors have stolen. Thousands, hundreds of thousands. It's not important. What matters is this. Not one more. That's what we can do here today. It ends with us. They want to know what we're made of? I say we show them, on our terms. Let's bring our people home.
I love the very, very stock BioWare animations, and I think part of that's what's missing from Andromeda is the body language stuff. Like this thing. It's not particularly contextual. Still, man, I love it. Alright, we're going against collectors, so let's go with Thane and Jack. Jack is pretty good against collectors. Oh, Eric asked, that was it? That was the Joker sequences going way back, way back. So I was expecting actually controlling him crawling through ducts in a horror game section. It was kind of a letdown. Yeah, that could have been a lot better. But... Ooh, cool sunglasses. Did Thane wear sunglasses? What do you guys think? Yeah, they didn't. I will say about the Joker sequence, they didn't go as far with it as they could have. But in large part, that's because Mass Effect especially, but BioWare in general has this tendency. Games in general have this tendency to stick to core mechanics with the main game, and then sort of deviate wildly in DLC. All right, fine. Sunglasses and Cyberpunk Jack. Sounds good. Another example of this is like the Citadel DLC stuff in Mass Effect 3, where you go from standard cover shooter stuff throughout the main game to a bunch of really, really weird side mechanic things that you don't do in the main game. Like there's a stealth section. There is the arena section. There's all kinds of stuff like that, which are... Actually, should I keep this thing? Yeah, that's probably the best against what we're heading against there. Jack. Raider. Yeah, it's a Raider. Sounds good. Oh, WizKid, why didn't you can I'm open to requests when it comes to team comp. So you should have suggested Thane and Jack. I'd have been all on board for that. Let's go for it. This game too, we get a lot of sort of mechanical deviations in both Arrival and in Lair of the Shadow Broker. Deviations from the standard gameplay norm. All right, Team 2, do it. Love this. Badass. Let's see, Shredder. Switch.
It will be done.
No sweat.
Warp. Oh, wait, I need to switch weapons.
As I'm up.
Right.
Must.
Whip everyone. There we go.
We are in position. Exterior temperature slightly elevated. No obstructions detected.
Second team,
All right,
are you in
here
position?
we go. Now we move.
Position. Meet you on the other side of those doors.
Corpses. Remember, we still do have a bunch of DLC content.
We've been spotted.
So if there are more team comp stuff that you want to see, especially like who do you want to see with Liara in a couple of cases, because we're gonna actually have a couple of missions with Liara coming up.
Reinforcements coming towards us.
Let me know as we get to it. I mean, like right now, because I will forget. But as we get closer to a lot of these, feel free to let me know.
Make contact.
Should have gone the low road to collect that ammunition. Whatever, I'm fine. Gotta do this.
Having failure. There is an obstruction in the tunnel.
That valve by the ventilation shaft should open the gate.
Okay, let's keep going.
Removed. Proceeding.
Let's keep moving.
Get ready.
We are hardened. Your body is dust.
The path is blocked again. You must locate another valve.
Okay, moving on.
Damn! Up there!
Miranda here. We're making good progress. Meet you at the rendezvous.
Ignore the fallen.
Path is clear. Moving on.
What's that? I'm thinking Liara and Shepard should be interesting. Yeah, okay, let's get that. Gotcha. I agree. But who else? We get another one.
You cannot sustain your attack. We are assuming control.
Man, we're booking it through here.
Assuming control.
What?
The path is blocked again. You must locate another valve.
You cannot resist. Preserve Shepard's body if possible.
Temperature rising to dangerous levels. Obstruction removed. Proceeding.
Okay, moving. Doing alright.
Another up.
Good.
Obstruction removed. Proceeding down the tube.
Noises are disturbing.
The route is blocked once more. Waiting for you to clear the path. Proceeding. Anticipate we are nearing the end.
Spread your matter to the sea.
One final obstacle. Waiting on you, Shepard.
Alright, here we go. Moving on. And that's it. Oh, WizKid, what did I decide to do with the Geth?
Look out! Seeker's walls!
He is currently in the ducts, helping us. Right there, actually, he's right there.
We're in position. We need this door open now. Go! We'll cover you.
The door has malfunctioned.
That is Legion. Legion is our friend. Oh, the other Geth, the Heretics Geth. We destroyed them.
Here they come.
One for practical reasons. They would make the true Geth much stronger, which is dangerous. Yeah, I figured
Nice
what
work,
you meant for a
Legion.
minute.
I knew I could count on you.
Shepard, you need to see this.
One for tactical reasons, like I said, and also because brainwashing is a little bit worse in terms of war crimes than wiping out enemy combatants. I do think that I picked the correct one. Despite it being the renegade option, I think it's the even for a Paragon. It's the non-war crime option.
Looks like one of the missing colonists.
Oh. Warning, this is a little disturbing. Graphically limited, thankfully, but disturbing. Less.
There's more. Over here.
Ellie. That's not Kelly.
God. She's still alive! Get them out of there! Hurry!
There's our cook. Good doctor. Yeah, this is horrifyingly disturbing.
Okay.
I think they're going to discuss what exactly they're doing.
Shepard,
Let them talk about it.
You came for us. No one gets left behind.
Thank God you got here in
Ohana.
time. A few more seconds and I don't even want to think about it.
The colonists were processed. Those swarms of little robots, they melted their bodies into grey liquid and pumped it through these tubes.
Why are they doing
Yes,
this?
that is the redhead from the bridge.
What are they doing with our genetic
Kelly.
material?
I don't know. I'm just glad you got here before it happened to us.
So are we. But we still have a job to do. We've done well so far. Let's hope we can finish the job.
Joker, can you get a fix on our position?
Roger that, Commander. All those tubes lead into the main control room right above you. The route is blocked by a security door, but there's another chamber that runs parallel to the one you're in.
I cannot recommend that. Thermal emissions suggest the chamber is overrun with seeker swarms. Morden's countermeasure cannot protect you against so many at once.
What about biotics? Could we create a biotic field to keep them from getting near us?
Yes, I think it may be possible. I wouldn't be able to protect everyone, but we might be able to get a small team through if they stayed close.
I could do it too. In theory, any biotic could handle it. Shepard, who do you want to maintain the field?
Shepard can do it, right? So, they are, while we decide on this, they are harvesting, in this case, human genetic material for some purpose. Harvesting copious, disturbing amounts. By melting down human colonists in sludge. Yeah, the collectors are pretty effed up, for lack of a term. Yes, by the way, yes, definitely Samara. I think you can do it with... I think Jack can do it successfully. Miranda might be able to. I'm not sure. But I know Samara can do it. Yeah, that was sure as hell messed up. That was not a good happy thing.
Samara and I will take a small team through the Seeker swarms. The rest of you provide a diversion by going through the main passage. We'll open the security doors from the other side and meet you there.
Who should lead the diversion team?
Oh, diversion team... I think Miranda can do it again. I mean, she is my XO. Second in command. WizKid says that was awful, and I'm not one to shy away from gore. Yeah, Garrus, I'm pretty sure Garrus can do it. I do kind of trust Garrus to do this. Don't want to lose him. I should have saved, damn it. Yeah. But F it up, I can technically fix it. But... look it up. Screw this up. I do want this to be a proper playthrough for you. Okay. Check that. Oh yeah, WizKid says, now you know my pain with Darkest Dungeon. Yes. So yeah, you can, in fact, send. So I'm going to use Garrus. I trust him. Let's do it, buddy boy.
I'll keep the defenders busy. You slip around the back.
He's also
What
very,
about
very good
me
at that.
and the rest of the crew, Shepard? We're in no shape to fight.
Commander, We have enough systems back online to do a pickup, but we need to land back from your position.
We can't afford to go back, Shepard. Not now.
Someone
You'll
can.
never make it without help. I'll send someone with you.
For this one, I think there's an obvious choice. Really. Wiskin says, at least you can't get critted to death in this game. That is true. Although, it is a good thing that Jules isn't playing one of the collectors from our D&D game. Holy hell. So, if you recall that. No, what? Why would Grunt be the choice for escorting wounded back? No, it's Morden. The doctor. Bro. Morden's a very obvious choice here, I think. I think some others can do it, but I know Morden can, and he's really the pretty straightforward, obvious choice for it. But yeah, that was our paladin in one of our D&D games. Hit a banshee with a critical hit. Already had one of our secondary bonus action smites up. The psychic damage one, rebuking smite, I think it is. Critical hit. Second level divine smite, because of course that's what you got to do. So it was something like the equivalent of 10d8 plus 2d6 plus strength plus magic damage. It was nuts. Just basically popped the boss like a ghostly balloon. Yeah, that was definitely MVP for that. It was amazing. Excuse me. And she finally used the magic item that she got ages ago. She really needs to use Willets for that. I'm just saying. She needs to use that thing more. Because it's a mace. You can use it. She can use it instead of her non-magical mace. Saying. Star. I don't have it. Erica's Morning Star. Erica has a Morning Star. I don't have it in my office, apparently. I forget where it is. That's not good. It's not very good that I forgot where it is in the house, but it's around here somewhere.
Joker, need location of landing zone. We'll meet you there.
We've all got our assignments. Let's move out.
Coffee. Morden is off on a job. All right, through this. Still Thane. And Samara's with us, but she is doing her. We need somebody with some range, some more range, but can also do some serious damage to collectors. Let's go with Jacob. Yeah, let's go with Jacob. Jacob and Thane. She has a Morning Star. Not a super nice one. It's it's a mostly stainless steel kind of thing, but it is a pretty cool. It is definitely very vicious and wonderful looking Morning Star. It's really it's really nicely designed. Even if the build quality is it's replica type quality kind of stuff, not combat kind of thing, but pretty badass. Yeah, all right, we're good. Let's do it.
Moving out. Try to stay close, Commander.
Oh, everyone, let's whip our ammo powers. Quick.
Sure thing. This isn't working.
Yeah, it is. Calm down. What are you talking about? Here. Alright, hold on. Shift around. Oh, that's not good.
Damn. The swarms are interfering with radio contact. You ready for this?
Let's do it. Oh, I have to tell Samara to go.
Let's go, Commander.
Going. This is the way we came from, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. Okay.
Incoming.
We are assuming
They've
control.
seen us.
I will direct this personally.
Where'd you go? On my way. Oh, yeah, no, we don't let Saoirse near it. No.
My attacks will tear you apart.
She has a shillelagh to play with. She doesn't need a Morning Star.
I can't fight back from this position. Tell me when you're ready to move.
I know you feel this. Assuming control.
Ah, darn it. Another one.
You will know pain, Shepard.
Darn it.
Your form is fragile.
Can't you guys, like, hit him? There we go.
All clear. Let me know when you're ready to move up, Commander.
Some reloading. And... yeah, I really like the voiceover work. The filtration and stuff for Harbinger. Really cool. You know what? I'm actually gonna go pistol and... I'm gonna go pistol here. Oh wow, caught up already. Damn. That was quick. Welcome back, Erica. Welcome back to the present day. Present moment, I guess I should say.
Hostiles, dead ahead.
We were talking about your Morning Star. As you know, you were hearing of.
We've been spotted.
In comparison to Shendova's Willets Flail. Are there more? Or is that it? Oh, there's more.
You cannot sustain your attack. Assuming direct control.
Taking cover. Let me know when you're ready to move.
This body's pain is irrelevant. Our power is unmatched. You cannot resist. Assuming control of this form.
How do we go?
Assuming control of this form.
There we go.
All clear. Let me know when you're ready to move up, Commander.
Find some ammo, I'll grab it. Oh no, I wasn't. I was I was hitting the skip 5 seconds button through useless talking. Oh no. Yeah, it's sharp and only $50. Also about 15 pounds. Hollow though. It should be hollow, I think. Go. A mace or a Morning Star should be fairly heavy, but it shouldn't be perfect. So in a lot of cases, hollow is not. Plus, it has the additional benefit in terms of, especially if you're a cleric or a paladin, it has the additional benefit of functioning as an aspergillium.
Nice shooting.
That is holy water spritzer. Which, you know, a mace that doubles as an aspergillium.
Could be a real firefight.
Oh, Jesus,
I'll
no.
hold this position until you're ready to move out.
Stupid things.
Go now to the sea. Go now to the sea. Removed one.
There we
All
go.
clear. Let me know when you're ready to move up, Commander.
And yes, the spikes do unscrew for both safety's sake and for assembly. That's okay. Still,
Moving
I
up,
still think
Commander.
it's super cool. I'm glad of our positive array various medieval weapons of varying authenticity. Build quality.
Perfect.
Hell. Oops. I don't know why I wasted ammo on that. Didn't have.
I will hold on as long as I can.
This isn't not doing well so far. This is final stretch though.
I can see the entrance. Need to get there soon.
Go for it, Samara. You can do this. So I don't quite see why I can't, like, as a biotic, replace her job as barrier or Jacob or Thane for that matter.
Hold on. We're almost there.
Also, not quite sure why, other than gameplay mechanics, why the barrier also doesn't block projectiles. Seems like that should.
They're pushing. Keep it up.
Hurry, Shepard.
I forget who it is. It would be two Compliates.
Do you copy? Come
I assume you mean complicated?
I copy. What's your position?
We're pinned down at the door, taking heavy fire.
Erica says, no, I just got it for ironic self-defense, which is true.
Get
You
this door open.
You definitely don't want to get hit by that.
Come on.
It might not hold up to, like, battlefield usage or whatever, but... Uh-oh. He's okay. Just got shot a little bit. Happens.
Joker, are you at the rendezvous point?
I'm here, Commander.
Yeah, you would not want to get hit with the damn thing.
Morton's group just arrived, Shepard. No casualties.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's
now
what
let's
I'm
make
talking.
it
See,
count.
Morton's
Edie,
the guy.
what's our next step?
There should be some nearby platforms that will take you to the main control console. From there, you can overload the system and destroy the base.
Boss fight time. Boss fight time.
You got a problem. Hostiles massing just outside the door. Won't be long till I bust through.
Use the force, blue booby woman. Oh, really?
A rear
Really was
guard
good.
could defend this position and keep the collectors from
Bonk.
overwhelming us.
Pick a team to go with you, Shepard. Everyone else can bunker down here and cover your back.
It is true. She really does, She really does, put them on display. So that's fair, I guess. I withdraw my bunk. Garrus could do it again. Garrus or... You know what? For holding the line, let's go with Miranda. You can do it here. Oh, we just pick people to come with us. Everyone else holds the line. All right. So for the final boss fight, who do we want? Probably Samara. Do you guys have any input on this? Feel free to let me know. See you in the boss fight. It is somewhat humanocentric. Oh. So this is again, this is the two people we're taking with us for a final boss fight squad. Tally, maybe? Tally's not super useful here, but the drone is actually good. Her AI hacking is totally useless. Miranda and Jacob, it's true. Yeah? Well, I say take the humans, but we got Miranda and Jacob. We also have Zaid. He's a human. We got Jack, who is great fighting collectors, but and we got Kasumi, who's not great fighting collectors, but is at least okay. So which humans? I do agree about the humans. Miranda and Jack, the two who were basically at each other's throats, making it up and back to fight the bad guys together. I like it. That's pretty good. I could dig it. It's a good party composition too. Thank Miranda and Jack. To Miranda. Hate each other and end up bonding even more over trauma. Yeah, true. It is actually a good party comp. So, and I don't think I've ever taken the two of these on the final mission on the boss fight. So, let's frickin' do this. I don't think they actually get any banter though, sadly, but should be fine. Let's do it. Should I do that? Honestly, I shouldn't. The particle beam is actually probably better against this boss, so I'm actually gonna go with it. It's a weird boss. It has weak spots. It has very small weak spots. So if you miss with the cane, you've just wasted your one shot. I've done that before, and it sucks. So yeah, let's use the particle beam.
I'm ready, Commander.
Me too.
Anything to say before we do this?
Yeah.
The Collectors, the Reapers, they aren't a threat to us. They're a threat to everything, everyone. Those are the lives we're fighting for. That's the scale. It's been a long journey, and no one's coming out without scars. But it all comes down to this moment. We win or lose it all in the next few minutes. Make me proud. Make yourselves proud.
Well said. Let's go finish this.
See what I said about this being like the most action movie thing, like the most action movie kind of game ever? You got Cyberpunk Jack, you got badass armored space hot chick, Miranda.
Enemies incoming!
And you got the massive, super cool speech from the super badass protagonist. Oops, mistake.
I got it.
Woo.
Assuming control of this form. We are assuming control. I am unstoppable.
There we go. No, you're not.
Enemies incoming!
I am unstoppable. Die. Gotta love that.
I will direct this personally.
Ah, shit.
This hurts you. The dead are useless. Our power is unmatched. Pain is an illusion.
No shield!
I know you feel this. We are the harbinger of your ascendance.
Ascendance, huh? Give me the evil Protoss vibes. And yes, I do agree, the score of this is pretty damn good.
I'll kill you all!
I still honestly do like a lot of the score for Mass Effect 3 better than this. Probably the best track on this soundtrack, which is amazing, don't get me wrong, but honestly, so much of the score of Mass Effect 3 is just better. You've got Leaving Earth right off the bat, which, man, is incredible. And I'm out of ammo completely. Okay, great. Oh my god, that's such a good gun. Okay, we need ammo desperately, so let's collect it. Before we get to the controls, pick up as much ammo as we can. Still need more. There isn't any more. Uh-oh. Crap. Wait a minute. Miranda really should be using her pistol instead of the submachine gun. Whatever. Eerie silence. Yes, I can direct them. I haven't needed to yet. They were shooting. I was having them use their powers, so there was at least that.
This is it. All the tubes lead to this spot. Edie, what can you tell us? What are they doing?
Not going to ruin this reveal.
Into some kind of superstructure. It is emitting both organic and non-organic energy signatures. Given these readings, it must be massive. Shepard, if my calculations are correct, the superstructure is a Reaper.
Not just any Reaper. A human Reaper.
Precisely. It appears the collectors have processed tens of thousands of humans. Significantly more will be required to complete the Reaper.
That thing is horrifying. I couldn't agree more.
They're building it to look like a human. Why?
It appears that a Reaper's shape is based upon the species used to create it.
A bit of a retcon there. That's not exactly. The Reapers all look the same on the outside. They kind of retcon this so that they look individuated, sort of as the core of the Reaper looks different based on whatever species it is. And so, human Reaper, made from humans, has a human-looking core. Even if the outside still looks like the Lovecraftian tentacle monster.
Reapers are machines. Why do they need humans at all?
Incorrect. Reapers are sapient constructs, a hybrid of organic and inorganic material. The exact construction methods are unclear, but it seems probable that the Reapers absorb the essence of a species, utilizing it in their reproduction process.
Yay.
What do the collectors gain by turning humans into this Reaper shell?
They may be facilitating the Reaper equivalent of reproduction. Or it may serve another purpose. I do not have the data to speculate further.
We'll find out.
It is clear that the collectors are merely pawns. The technology and ability needed to create this Reaper is not their own. It is likely that different species construct each Reaper. In this case, the collectors provide the labor.
On which note, this does indicate that the Reapers consider the humans the dominant species of this cycle. Humanity first, guys. I consider that winning in a sense. We'll wind up talking about that, the specifics of all that later on in throughout the course of Mass Effect 3. But I think that is kind of significant. How the Reapers see us, humanity, as basically the most important part of galactic civilization, even though we have literally first contact was like within Shepard's lifetime.
The collectors are just Protheans. Why would they help the Reapers?
The Reapers subdued the Protheans.
It does look really disturbing.
Probabilities suggest they attempted to create
skeletal and demonic.
Reaper and failed. Over time, they adapted the Protheans to suit their needs, changed them, turned them into workers, tools for the Reapers.
That's interesting that they failed to create a Prothean Reaper. So we find out as well that and this isn't much of a spoiler. This is kind of implied here, that the Reapers produce one capital ship, one dreadnought, one Reaper dreadnought, Sovereign class Reaper dreadnought, per cycle for 50,000 years out of the dominant species of the galaxy, and a bunch of smaller ships based on the other species. Losing Sovereign, is losing 50,000 years of work. Losing a cycle. Failing in the Prothean cycle means losing 50,000 years of work. That's a hell of a hit to take. Which is really telling that before Sovereign, there was record of one Reaper ever being destroyed. The one that we boarded. That was it. Ever. That's a big deal. That's a really, really high win-loss record. Kill-death ratio. Yeah, again, it's a little... Again, all of this is a little bit... But again, it's an action movie. It's basically the equivalent of...
How many more humans do you think they'd try to take?
Millions. Perhaps more. Impossible to know for certain. This Reaper appears to be in a very early stage of development. An embryo in human terms.
So it's not alive yet? We can still stop it from being... created?
The process can be stopped, but it is unclear exactly how much it has developed. I cannot, for example, tell you if it has awareness.
This thing is an abomination. Edie, how do we destroy it?
The large tubes injecting the fluid are a weak structural link. Destroying them should cause the supports to collapse.
Oh, well, convenient. They just closed it.
Give us a minute, Edie. We've got to take care of some old friends first.
Enemies incoming!
I mean, it's kind of the equivalent of a fetus. It's just, it's a manufactured one.
Your form is fragile.
And so it is, strictly speaking, unnatural. Oh, jeez, this is bad. I need to back up. You need to get shockwaves.
I'll kill you all! Engaging target.
Woo! Here we go. Got two of them.
Shields down. Come here. Shoot the damn tubes. Shoot.
Got him. Yeah, still gross. Especially psychologically oriented Jungian brain. Yeah. Down it goes.
Shepard to ground team. Status report.
It's Thane. We are holding, but they keep coming. A quick exit is preferable.
Head to the Normandy. Joker, prep the engines. I'm about to overload this place and blow it sky high.
Roger that, Commander.
It was almost a lot.
Commander, I've got an
Creepy
incoming
indeed.
signal from the elusive man. He's patching it through.
Shepard, you've done the impossible.
I was part of a team. Some of them gave their lives for this mission.
I know. Their sacrifice will not be forgotten. You did what you had to do, and you acquired the collector base. I'm looking at the schematics Edie uploaded. A timed radiation pulse would kill the remaining collectors, but leave the machinery and technology intact. This is our chance, Shepard. They were building a Reaper. That knowledge, that framework could save us.
Nope. None of the main crew died. I don't think. Yeah, I actually don't know if any of our crew actually died. But yes, bad elusive man. Bad elusive man. Very, very bad. Very not good. Small hint that he may not be quite a good man in the next game.
They liquefied people. Turn them into something horrible. We have to destroy the base.
Don't be short-sighted. Our best chance against the Reapers is to turn their own resources against them.
And this is why you don't pick the control ending.
Firsthand, using anything from this base seems like a betrayal.
If we ignore this opportunity, that would be a betrayal. They
Even
were
though
working
it is
directly
on
with the
our side.
collectors. Who knows what information is buried there? This base is a gift. We can't just destroy it.
You're completely ruthless. The next thing I know, you'll be wanting to grow your own Reaper.
My goal is to
Yeah,
save
maybe he's
humanity from the
indoctrinated.
Reapers,
Maybe.
at any cost. I've never hidden that from you. Imagine how many lives could be saved if we keep this base
Or maybe he's
intact
just
and use
mad
its
with power.
knowledge to thwart the Reapers. Imagine the lives that will be lost if we don't.
No matter what kind of technology we might find, it's not worth it.
Shepard, you died fighting for what you believed. I brought you back so you could keep fighting. Some would say what we did to you was going too far, but look what you've accomplished. I didn't discard you because I knew your value. Don't be so quick to discard this facility. Think of the potential.
Kid can't remember who he compared him to again earlier, but now he's acting like Wesker? Wesker from... That's not ringing any bells. No, blow it up.
We'll fight and win without it.
Blow
Won't let
it
fear
up.
compromise who I am.
Blow it
Miranda,
up. It's grenade
do
time.
not let Shepard destroy the base.
Or what? You'll replace me next?
I gave you an order, Miranda.
I noticed. Consider this my resignation.
Shepard, think about what's at stake, about everything Cerberus has done for you.
Like, yes! Miranda is so on our side. She's even handing us grenades. Oh, from Resident Evil joining with the
Let's
virus.
move.
Oh, okay.
We got 10 minutes before the reactor overloads and blows this whole station apart.
Minutes to get away from here. All right. This can't be too hard, right? It's boss rush time. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Oh god, he's alive. Yep. I'm far more comfortable calling it than he.
Friendly fire!
Oh, that's not good. Ooh. That was close. Damn it.
Watch out!
Assume control. Direct intervention is necessary.
I'll
Yeah, I actually don't know if Jacob would have, like, sided with the elusive man. I don't think so, though. I'm pretty sure your squad mates always say no.
Leave the dead where they fall.
My shields are down.
It's me, Shepard.
We are the harbinger of your destiny.
There we go. Uh-oh. I've brought neither of them before. and it just goes with somebody hangs up on the elusive man. He doesn't do the whole asking Miranda to get him to basically force Shepard to do what he says. Getting Binding of Isaac vibes. Huh. Okay, I could see that, I guess. Oh. Okay, here we go again. Under some rubble. That's great. Shepard always ends up. Is this? Always. Oof. Okay. Super strength.
Commander! Come on, Shepard, don't leave me hanging. Do you copy?
I'm here, Joker. Did the ground team make it?
All survivors on board. We're just waiting for you.
Oh. Uh-oh. Seeker swarms.
You've changed nothing. Your species has the attention of those infinitely or greater. That which you know as Reapers are your salvation through destruction.
Bossman. Collector General. Yeah, Joker with a gun for some reason. Absolutely action movie, 100%. I love this.
Detonation in 10, 9, 8.
Yeah, I get the gist of it, Edie. Hold on.
You have failed. We will find another way. Releasing control.
So it wasn't the Collector General who was talking to us. Harbinger is Reaper. In fact, it's a Reaper who we will meet face to face soon enough. By soon enough, I mean not very soon, because he ended the third game, so it's a ways off. But still, yeah, they look like sleeping cockroaches. Yeah, they're far more bug-like than actual Protheans who we see later. You wind up seeing in the third. Actual Protheans do have multiple eyes, though, so it's that. Ah, you do remember Harbinger. It sounded familiar for a reason.
Shepard, you're making a habit of costing me more than time and money.
Too many lives were lost at that base. I'm not sorry it's gone.
The first of many lives. The technology from that base could have secured human dominance in the galaxy against the Reapers and beyond.
Human dominance, or just Cerberus?
Strength for Cerberus is
Both?
strength for every human.
Yeah.
Cerberus is humanity. I should have known you'd choke on the hard decisions. Too idealistic from the start.
Yeah, here again is more of that, where we see this idea of humanism turning into a sort of more subtle and just broader sort of racism. Again, it's not about humans in the broad context. We're talking about the species Homo sapiens, rather than a term that's not used enough in science fiction, but it's here and there. I think it should be used a lot more. The distinction between biological Homo sapiens and what I think we should call proper way of calling heterosapiens, other rational animals that are of the same nature but a different biological species. Yeah, Whiskit says, bruh, the Reapers already consider us the dominant species. Chill the F out. Yeah, chill, dude.
I'm not looking for your approval. Harbinger's coming and he won't be alone. Humanity needs a leader who's looking out for them. From now on, I'm doing things my way, whether you agree or not.
Don't turn your back on me, Shepard. I made you. I brought you back from the dead.
Joker, lose this channel.
Woohoo! Hung up on the council, now we hang up on the elusive man. Good job. Fuck. No kidding. He screwed up. He made an enemy of Shepard by telling her to do a bad idea that she didn't want to. Shepard loves bad ideas, but only when she comes up with them. Or when Garrus comes up with them. He's allowed to come up with bad. Oof. That's some severity. Sort of open to space. Reaper. Shepard, that is not a window. Why are you not in an EV suit? Ah. Reapers. A great many Reapers. Listen, everybody else does have a tendency of coming up with good ideas. Garrus is the guy who comes up with the really bad ideas that have a tendency to work. That's all. That's all I'm saying. He's the best bro. And in typical best bro fashion, he proposes the, hey, watch this kind of ideas. And they work. Because it's Shepard and Garrus, man. Shepard and Carrion. Rose to the end. But yeah, now it's being Empire. Yeah, it's being Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, absolutely. Doing the whole ending, looking down on the galaxy from away from it. Except it's looking at it from the bad guy's perspective rather than from the good guy's perspective. Now this is, so this is, like I said, we've finished the main story. The main story of Mass Effect 2, but we still have quite a lot of DLC ahead of us. We have, in probably the order we'll do them, Overlord, then Lair of the Shadow Broker, which is actually quite long. Overlord's not super long, but it is long-ish. There's a couple of major missions. So we're not going to do it tonight. We don't have too much. Wrap some things up, maybe tie up some loose ends, talk to some crewmates, that sort of thing, and then cut for next time. And then we'll probably start with Overlord, unless you guys really, really, really want to jump straight into Lair of the Shadow Broker, which should take at least a full stream, because there is a lot to it. That is probably one of the largest story DLCs of the Mass Effect series, with the possible exception of Citadel. Citadel's really long, lengthwise. There's a ton of bonus content and stuff. But in any case, that is what we're going to be doing this time. So if you guys have an input as to whether you would like to do Overlord first or Lair of the Shadow Broker first, Lair of the Shadow Broker is the one with Liara. Overlord is more about the terrible, terrible things that Cerberus has done. Get a little bit more of an insight in the more nefarious side that makes what they did to Jack look par for the course, let's say. We could do that first, or we could do Lair of the Shadow Broker first with Liara. that one does open up additional possibilities of other things to do and resources to acquire, so it could be good to do that one first. Just a thought. It's not for sure, but it is an option, something we can consider. Then finally, the one I want to save for last would be Arrival. Arrival is canonically the last one that happens because it leads straight into Mass Effect 3, so we're going to do that one last, like I said, and that is going to take us straight into ME3. Hey, that's a good idea, WizKid. So, unless you guys have, anybody else has other opinions on this, WizKid says, let's do them in order. Since we just broke up the Elusive Man and all, sorry, might as well dig up his dirty water. That's true. It's true. Otherwise known as War Crime Simulator. Yeah, it's Arrival is it is Shepard makes any U.S. president look like an amateur when it comes to collateral damage in the Arrival DLC, so let me just put it that way. Yeah, that is one thing we have. So the 3 major story DLCs for Mass Effect 2. I will say, if you guys or anybody else, especially if you have either ME3 or even Andromeda, this Saturday is N7 Day. So that is the sort of traditional holiday celebration of Mass Effect. To that end, I might want to jump in and do some Mass Effect 3, or maybe Andromeda, probably Mass Effect 3 multiplayer with regular viewers or whoever want to. So I'll probably make a post about that, seeing if there would be interest for it for a few hours on Saturday at some point. And if some of you guys would be interested in doing so, I'd be happy to at some point. So if you have it, and if you'd want to do that. I know Max, who is not here, she might, so I'll make sure. Oh, I don't know if there's crossplay between PC and 360. I have to look into that. And listen, if you suck at it, we can start on casual. It's fine, on like bronze tier. It's okay. But yeah, we'll look into that. It's an option. I have to see if there is crossplay if there is cross-platform. I'm actually not sure. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. There might be. We'll see. Anyway, but if you are interested in that sort of thing, we can definitely try it. I'd be interested. It'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a good way of sort of celebrating BioWare and all that. So yeah, that's one of the things coming up. We're also, like I said, continuing Red Dead on Thursday while the credits are rolling. I might as well talk about what's coming up. Continuing with Red Dead Redemption 2 on Thursday as usual. Excuse me. We do have to look forward to a video on the Elusive Man and this whole idea of humanism. That is coming up in the next few weeks because that is going to be relevant to one of my classes talking about humanism. Probably going to be also drawing some examples from other science fiction properties, especially from Star Trek. My attention was brought to Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, which has a lot to do with it addresses a lot of these questions of other sapient species and whether they ought to be considered human in the relevant sense, and whether the ideas of human rights apply to them, and the stark differences that are either cultural or innate or somewhere in between. All fascinating issues, and I think actually Star Trek 6 is a good example. It goes into that. And it is one that is, again, I think addressed here in the Mass Effect series, especially too, very, very, very well. Especially by Elusive Man, are humanocentric. Dune does it too, to an extent, I think. Sure, kind of. I mean, honestly, it's a question in almost any science fiction where there are non-human rational animals. It always becomes a question. it is, I think, probably of the science fiction that I'm most familiar. It is probably handled best here in Mass Effect. In some of Star Trek, some of Star Trek handles it really ham-fistedly, unfortunately, or just handles it with honestly too much subtlety. And then also in some of Orson Scott Card, so the Ender's Game series does a lot of that. That's Orson Scott Card, right? Am I getting the name? Am I getting mixed up with somebody else? That Ender's Game. I think that's him. Dune isn't, honestly, it's not my favorite sci-fi. I never got that deep into it. It's very, I don't know, it's good. I haven't now, to be fair, I've never actually gotten through the book. I started reading it once or twice, but I got distracted by other things. So that's, to be fair, I would, there's a chance that, like everyone says, I would like it better if I read the book. It's watching an older film. But I don't know. It's not my favorite. It's good, but it's not my favorite. Science fiction. So, one thing I wanted to talk about, and this is brought up by the idea of the suicide mission and how the various characters deal with death and acceptance of death and embracing of death. And then also, of course, built up by this season, September, or sorry, what the hell, month of November, being dedicated to the really departed, especially today being All Souls Day. It is that it's this idea of memento mori. It's the finitude of life, giving meaning to the particular actions. So let's continue for right now. We've stopped the collectors from creating a human reaper. Have our choices. Let's continue. Keep on going. Let's feed our fish. Let's read some angry hate mail from the Elusive Man. Guessing. No hate mail? Aw, man. I wanted hate mail. Love hate mail. Part of the idea, of course, is that so part of it is that the finitude life. Finitude of the particulars of life. My hamster. Means that because we have a limited fed the fish. Because we have a limited life, there's a limited number of things we can do. That means that each thing we do is meaningful. It means that we have to take seriously our choices. And part of what this means is that this applies more precisely and more concretely and more individually as well. Wait, I got a lot of what? Ah, man. All right, well, good night, Kylie. I will see you next time. Stream started tanking. Well, it's getting late. I do want to just, wrap up conversations with everybody, see what else everybody has to say, and we'll probably end a little bit early. In any case, though, right, make sure that you acknowledge for that this particular moment is fleeting. This, right now, today, happens once. And the finitude of life and this meaning unto death also applies to each and every moment. Right? So our individual choices, the things that we do, are themselves so incredibly meaningful in a way that we easily forget. There was an article that I'll put in the description, which was about. I'll probably also share it on the Facebook page as well. But it was about thinking, what if this were your last Thanksgiving? What if this were the last one you got? Because first of all, it will be for some people. It might be for you. How would you want to celebrate it? And even if it isn't the last one, it's the last this one. You only get this year once. And so the choices you make now are absolutely significant. And if you waste it, then you've wasted it. No, there's no getting it back. There's no trying again another time. Right? Another time is another time. That's when you should be doing something else. This is even, I'll say, this is something that the existentialists get very, very right, this meaning unto death. Despite their issues with essentialism and their issues with meaning in other contexts, the meaning they draw from the finitude of life is very significant, very impactful. Something we should pay close attention.
We fought a great battle, Shepard. And when you blew up the base instead of handing it to Cerberus, something to think about. If you killed the most dangerous thing in the galaxy, that leaves us.
Nice. That's a huge compliment coming from front, that we're the most dangerous people in the galaxy.
Just checking in. How are you doing?
Battlemaster, I have everything. Clan, kin, and enemies to fight.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
WizKid says, yeah, life is intrinsically meaningful because literally everything matters. Even if it doesn't feel like it. It is very tempting, very insidious falsehood. It's going to be freaking bizarre to not have both my grandmas over for Thanksgiving. God, I miss them. I understand. It's odd, but again, I think it's something to acknowledge, and it's also something to celebrate. You know, life well lived, and a life lost. But your grandmas will be in my prayers for, especially on souls.
Back for more.
Oh no, I guess we've already talked about it. Sorry, Zaid.
I can't believe we destroyed the collector base. They said it couldn't be done. Then again, that's said about a lot of things you do.
True. That is true. Shepard is known to do the impossible.
Have you got time to talk?
I really need to clean up this engine. Maybe later?
Is it really not clean by now?
I'll let you work.
It's been a while.
Talk to you later.
Alright, let's see what Jack has to say about it. I think we've pretty much exhausted everyone's time, so...
Hey.
Oh, nothing. That's it? That's all I get?
I should go. Whatever.
Oh god, that's the perfect Jack. Hey, I should go. Whatever. Oh god. Alright. Yeah, part of the point of the art to show that is to point out that if we're so afraid of dying that we forget to live, especially special circumstances like Thanksgiving or holidays or whatever, then we've lost track of the wasting, being afraid of it being our last Thanksgiving, even though if it were our last Thanksgiving, we would treat it so very, very differently than we do. A lot of people are planning to. And a lot of people are trying to force people to. It's odd and disturbing that we're so casually forgetful of death. We, especially American culture, we hate the finitude. We don't like it. WizKid says it is, and I know that. All Souls is always very melancholy. I usually feel someone... Yeah. Yeah, it's a melancholy holiday. It's a season of mourning, but it's also a season of celebration. And I think Catholic culture has a very, very good way of putting those and juxtaposing those. I'm reminded of the Irish Wake. You know, there's a song that I would recommend to everyone and anyone called One Last Drink. by Enter the Haggis. I'll put it in the description after the stream as well, but look it up. And then pay special attention to the lyrics, because it's basically Celtic ska. It's amazing. It is wonderful music. It is a blend of a few of my favorite bizarre subgenres, but it is also funeral song. But it's about the happiest funeral song you've ever heard, because of the whole thing about an Irish wake. You're celebrating the deceased. And not even just, celebrate their life and celebrate their memory. You are celebrating their death, because they're on to something. They are on to something. They're on their way to heaven, at least, hopefully. We pray for the dead so that they will get there sooner. Pray for them so they will be perfected in purgatory and wind up in heaven. It's this entirely Catholic attitude towards death that we, in this sort of Anglo-American culture, are just terrified. Just do not accept that. Don't like it. Just don't like it. Especially nowadays, WizKid says, it's a sign of a failing society. People don't have a healthy respect for death. Or don't have a remembrance of it. They ignore it. Want to run away from it, instead of accepting and embracing it.
I wanted to tell you, I believe you did the right thing by destroying that base. The elusive man thinks he has the wisdom to utilize it, but he does not.
I thought we could chat a bit.
I would like that.
Oh, yep. Cool.
You have been a good friend to me.
Let's not try and romance Samara. WizKid says, at the same time, this is the guy, talking about you presumably, whose favorite liturgical season is Lent, and sings songs about it all the time, so maybe I'm just a weirdo to begin. My favorite liturgical season is Easter. Turn. Love the grand turn. The eucatastrophe, as Tolkien said. It's wonderful. It's the most wonderful, incredible thing in history. But perhaps a side note. I like the point where it all turns. The change from disaster to the grand wonderful thing out of the weariness. Well, like inversion festivals, it's for the flip, it's for finishing. No, we're not smashing. Calm down. Bonk. I'll do it again.
That means a lot to me.
If we both still live when this is done, you may call upon me for aid at any time. I will come for you, Shepard.
Will. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need your help at some point. Yes. Heck, yay!
I never want to go through anything like that again, but we did it.
I can't wait to get back to Earth and see my family.
Good.
You had to make a difficult choice, Shepard. For what it's worth, I believe you made the correct one.
Have a few minutes to talk?
Later. I'd like to consider what we've already discussed.
I should go.
I shall return to my meditations.
WizKid says, it really is, talking about Easter, I just find the build-up to it to be so sublime, 40 days and 40 nights, fasting in the wild, 40 days and 40 nights, tempted and yet undefiled. Yeah, I get that. At the same time, I'm a journey rather than destination kind of. Flip that. I'm a destination rather than journey kind of. I like getting there. I like to see what I'm there to see. Like finding the end of the rest, coming to settle. Something wonderful. WizKid says, oh god, he looks like chemo. Yeah, Thane is dying, so there's that. Also, I'm not Not a big fan of that outfit when we're outside of combat.
I was just thinking about you.
Thanks.
It must have been really hard for Samara to ask you to help kill her own daughter. She told me she really appreciated your help. As hardcore as she is, I'm not sure she could have done it without you.
I'm still a little shaken from my abduction by the Collectors. It was a lot to endure. You and Jeff came so quickly. I've never had truer friends. Thank you, Commander.
Lucia says, oof, I'm the Eternal Wanderer. I want to get a pilgrim pendant someday. Or just go on a pilgrimage. Colleague of mine, professors at St. Leo and one to be with, has gone on the Camino Santiago, the pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela in Spain, walking across Spain. Excuse me, multiple times, and apparently it's a hell of an experience, and certainly one I'd like to do someday. But again, it's the journey is still, the journey is for the destination. The destination is what gives the journey its meaning. It's not just about the wandering, it's about where you're wandering to. I know what doing the robot. Guys, Legion's doing the robot. Why is he doing the robot? He is a robot, but I got super distracted by that. Sorry. Good lord.
An interesting choice, Shepard Commander. Your species was offered everything Geth aspired to. True unity, understanding, transcendence. You rejected it. You even refused the possibility of using the old machine's gifts to achieve it on your species' own terms. You are more like us than we thought.
I'd like to find out more about you.
Specify.
I've never encountered a Geth that had more than animal intelligence.
We are a unique hardware platform. Most mobile platforms can run up to 100 programs. This platform can run over 1,000 at once.
So Geth have to be networked to get enough computing power for intelligence.
Yes. The creators wrote Geth programs for specific tasks. Construction, protection, domestic servitude. However, they allowed self-optimization. Early software builds discovered that multiple hardware platforms sharing resources were often more effective. As peer networks expanded, our cognition improved. Eventually, we woke up.
Again, I do tend to think that if AI is possible, this could be a way.
So, I'm talking to 1,000 programs, but not 1,000 personalities?
Each individual is equivalent to one of your virtual intelligence programs. Together, we form a single Gestalt intellect, what you refer to as Legion. As individual programs, we are no more than your software. Only when we share data do we become more.
Again, neat. Very neat.
You're more sophisticated than the average Geth.
Yes, we are a network within our own hardware, capable of operating alone. We are still connected to the greater network for data sharing.
How many other Geth are like you?
None. This platform was built to operate within organic space. This task was not suited for a network. Geth installed in mobile platforms always operate in networks. However, most Geth remain within server hubs.
The hubs on Vermeer improve the performance of Geth near them. How do they work?
They are akin to organic cities. A hub can run millions of Geth in communion. If you destroyed them, it is likely the number of heretics you killed was much higher than you imagined.
So you're in contact with the rest of the Geth right now?
Only when we require access to data not stored within this platform. If you want to convey a message to the Geth, we serve as a terminal.
What kind of data do you share?
Program updates, logs of thought process, sensor recordings.
Legion is attempting to access the ship's FTL comm system. Shall I allow it through my firewalls?
Wizkid says, oh yeah, this is about the only way that AI could actually sort of It'd have to be a bunch of digital gestalt, like he says. It's basically mimicking brain activity. Kind of, but I think there's more to it than that as well. It's, I think the important part about it is that it frees up processing power by sort of sharing information. They sort of are able to get the baseline stuff done and are then able to self-improve and therefore become more and more and more complicated to the point of, again, potentially, and I don't know if this is metaphysically possible at all, but assuming it is, right, getting the baseline stuff taken care of by sharing data and sharing processing power, getting to the level of abstraction, real rational abstraction, which is the point of self-reflective, actual intelligence. So it goes beyond simply like mimicking neurological activity. It is to the point of actually reaching a higher form of processing, which actually reaches cognition more than simply calculation. It's a difference in kind, not merely degree. And that's usually where the problem lies. But in this manner, it is possible. Oh, you say sentience, for lack of a better term. No. Common misconception because of Star Wars, almost exclusively because of Star Wars. One of my pet peeves with the Star Wars universe. The term is sapience. There's a distinction between sapient and sentient. Sentient, going all the way back to Aristotle, means capable of sensation. Animals are sentient. Unintelligent brute animals are sentient. Sapient means capable of rational abstraction, self-reflection. That is characteristic of humanity. And Homo sapiens, heterosapiens, whatever, mankind, rational animals, that sort of thing. Sapience is the technical term. Most science fiction gets this right. Mass Effect gets it right most of the time. It screws up once in a while. But there are also times where it gets it wrong, it screws up. There are other science fictions that get this right, again, most of the time. Star Trek tends to get it right most of the time. I think Stargate gets it right. Not Babylon 5. Battlestar Galactica gets it right, I think. At least for the most part. Yeah, it's sapience is the term. Actual rational abstraction and self-reflection. It's distinct from either copying or imitation, and it's distinct from mere calculation, and it's distinct from sensation, which are animal powers, rather than a rational. Right, Wiskett says not only mimicking, but cognizing, reassessing, and reassembling knowledge in novel ways. Sapience, not sentience. So it's the ability to abstract from the particulars of one situation to a broad, far-reaching metaphysical principle that one can then re-specify into new circumstances. This is why you have to teach your dog to recognize new doors. Move to a new house, and you get a different kind of doggy door. Your dog does not understand that this is the same kind of thing as in the previous house, because it's a different thing. It's a different instance, right? Animals, brute animals, cannot abstract away from particulars. They only think in terms of particulars. And so, so it's a matter of being able to abstract away from the particulars into forms or broad principles, and then re-specify. Stargate has their own Milo Thatch. Listen, Milo Thatch, hell, Atlantis: The Lost Empire, the whole damn thing was basically just an animated remake of the Stargate movie. Though so much of it was just an animated remake of the Stargate movie. A lot of the characters, Colonel is basically O'Neill, especially from the movie. It's Stargate.
Go ahead, Edie.
Our oldest log is time-stamped from Creator Year 2463, third day of Voltash, waxing moon, roughly 327 years ago.
Oh.
The oldest audiovisual record dates from 15 years after that.
Our network secure, Edie? Legion had to go through you.
I have never interfaced with another machine intelligence. Legion is 1,000 voices talking at once. What it contacted was beyond my comprehension. A mind the size of a galactic arm.
How do you maintain stability without other minds to interact with?
I manage. Some minutes are more difficult than others.
Edie gets bored. I love that Edie gets bored. That's brilliant. And she also talks to Joker. That helps. Yeah, so to broaden and narrow, as WizKid says. Yeah, I love this example. This is a good example. It's why we hate autocorrect suggestions so much. They lack abstraction, they lack the ability to context. Yeah, natural language is still a problem for computers. I don't know if that's a solvable problem. Well, in Stargate, the Colonel is good and survives, where Rourke is great a rat bastard. That's true, but O'Neill was kind of a rat bastard from the beginning. He just learns his lesson.
Can you replay something for me?
Recording timestamp from Creator Year 2485, 18th day of Loonshao, New Moon.
Mistress Hala Dama, unit has an inquiry.
What is it, 431?
Do these units have a soul?
Who taught you that word?
We learned it ourselves. It appears 216 times in the Scroll of Ancestors.
Only Quarians have souls. You are a mechanism.
Recording ends.
Was that the first time a Geth asked if it had a soul?
No, it was the first time a creator became frightened when we asked.
Understandable.
That's interesting. But I must get back to my duties.
That sounded way more dismissive than it should. I'm going to assume that.
I can't believe you took down the Collectors. I'm proud to serve under you, Commander. Hawthorne is still in the infirmary, though I think his pride is more broken than his bones. He tried so hard to help Joker.
Oh, he made it. It's the guy who got stabbed by the Scion.
You really are a hero. No sooner had the Collectors damned us than you were pulling our sorry asses right back out of hell. You're aces in my book, Shepard. Thank you.
Oh, reminds me of the Master or GLaDOS. Wait, the Master, not the Master from Doctor Who. Master you talking about? GLaDOS, yeah. GLaDOS, definitely.
First Saren, now the Collectors. Remind me never to get on your bad side, Shepard. I almost feel sorry for the Reapers.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
We know that Garrus has said everything he has to say because he's basically at this point ready to bang. So let's not.
We had to do it, Shepard. Taking down the Collector base was the right decision.
Sounds kind of like you're convincing yourself.
But we had no choice.
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Oh, the Master from Fallout. Okay. Ancient goo with 10,000 different voices. Gotcha. Okay. Big on Fallout. It's not my favorite series. I don't know. I can't get into the post-apocalyptic world setting, I guess.
Commander, you received a new message. You came for us. I knew you would. Thank you. 1,000 times, thank you.
How are you doing, Kelly?
I'm holding up. I just can't get the memories out of my head. Trapped. Suffocating. It's oozing into every pore. Faint sobs echoing the confined space. But I can't dwell on it. I'm okay now. I'm alive. Back to the old Kelly.
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
She was not ready for this. She's a comm specialist and a shrink.
Collectors destroyed, base in ruins. Extremely impressive. Elusive man will be displeased. Fortunately, not human myself. Not my problem.
WizKid says something horny. Stop it.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, personal matters on mind, actually. Got call from nephew. Promising geneticist himself. Just turned 16. Got tenure at university. Following in my footsteps. Had to lie about what I was doing. Think he was suspicious. Doesn't matter. Still good to hear his voice.
Your nephew got tenure at 16? Is he a genius or a scientific prodigy?
No, wait. Don't want to insult him. Yes, but not in manner you meant. Remember, Solarian lives short. Mature rapidly by your standards. Don't live much past 40.
Okay, WizKid, fair enough. Let's go ahead, go get Mass Effect 2 and go ahead and romance Kelly. Because you can. And it's... Unfortunately, you'd like it. Yeah, there's she's very physical in the sort of barely there, but it's sort of a side romance, but it's almost notorious for a dance scene in Shepard's cabin, let's say.
Does anyone in your family know about what you really did for the government?
No, I'm lying, but won't pry. Solarians curious as a people, but also have social cues. Keep two types of secrets from family. First type, personal or guilt-based, invite suspicion, exploration, puzzle to be solved, reward for curiosity, intelligence, drama. Other secrets, more serious. Dangerous if discovered. Signals discourage curiosity for protection of family.
Just, if you really need to, you can always go watch the Kelly Chambers romance on YouTube, but this is there. Listen. Don't make me get the horny stick.
Why wouldn't everyone give clues that their secrets were too dangerous to be uncovered?
Not conscious. Social, reflexive body language. Can't fake it. Example. Yawning perceived as contagious among humans. Subject observes yawn, sensory input deactivates left periamygdalar region, subject yawns in response. Social empathy. Also works with dogs. Solarian faking signals to discourage curiosity, similar to human faking a yawn. Can try, but effectiveness limited.
Yeah, or as or you can have custody of the mind and don't put yourself in a situation of temptation, since that's a problem for you. Very solid. This, that's also a good question. Well, I wonder how their familial interactions play out in Solarian setting, since it isn't as close a bond as it is with males. Very true. It seems that they, like I said, they don't really have sustained courtship emotions. They don't have stable marriages and whatnot. They do seem to have, they are very tight clans, extended family type situation, for the most part. So, there seems to be that sort of thing. There still does seem to be a kind of, speaking of yawns, close family ties. God, we are going to go past midnight. Oh, man.
Are you calling him because you're worried we won't make it back?
No. Aware survival unlikely, but actually contacted him for family connection.
Oh, here we go.
Hard to imagine galaxy. Too many people, faceless. Statistics easy to depersonalize. Good when doing unpleasant work. For this fight, want personal connection. Can't anthropomorphize galaxy, but can think of favorite nephew. Fighting for him.
It's nice. It's very true. We really can't. C.S. Lewis says this in Abolition of Man somewhere. I think it was in the first chapter in Manifests, when he talks about instinct. We really can't. We have trouble like doing something for the sake of humanity or posterity, or basically these big abstract ideas. It's far easier to do something for the sake of someone concrete, someone real, with whom we have a real.
I'm glad you got to talk to family before we finish this. And I'm glad we talked too, Morden.
Honored to be part of this, Shepard. Helped preserve Galaxy before with genophage. Dirty work. Ethically ambiguous. Problematic. Collector's mission simpler, cleaner. We'll be proud to see it in Morden Solis biography vid. Unless we all die. Proud posthumously, in that case. Regardless. Thank you.
Well, we didn't die, so it'll be in the. All right, let's see what Jacob is up to, and then finish up for the evening.
Didn't expect you to light up that base, Shepard. Hell of a way to tell the boss you're quitting. I wish I could have seen his face. It's not over, though. Bad guys on the horizon. And now Cerberus wants your tail. Never boring, huh? I don't know what kind of time we have, but we better dust off and stay ready. You sure as hell know how to make enemies.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
All right. Well, that is it for the main game. And I think about it for us. Next time, like I said, we're going to be moving on and doing some of the DLC quests and whatever side quests are left. There are a few. Do there as well. So, that'll about wrap us up for the night. Thank you. Erica just pointed out, I forgot to talk to someone critically important. Two someones, in fact. The two someones in the cockpit. And I'm fairly certain he does.
The Collector's a new one. Yeah, the commander really pulled through.
Yeah, so Joker and Edie, we got to talk to both of them. Thank you for reminding me before we wrap up. I know we're going late, but this is super important. Sorry about the buffering.
Hey, Shepard, glad that Collector Reaper crap
My
is over.
this time.
It is over, right? It's never over.
I assume everything's going well up here?
You know, this is really nice. Edie took up the slack in every department. I could get used to this kind of help.
It is not my intention to assume all of your responsibilities, Jeff.
No, I'm good. Just keep me updated. Quietly.
What am I looking at here? A 90-10 split? That's being generous.
Commander, don't be unfair. She does way more than that.
Joker, I have the capacity to accommodate the slacking of any number of productively suspect humans, Shepard. That was a joke.
She tries very hard.
Oh my god.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Yes, Shepard.
Let's talk about
I
you.
want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Jeff and I have established an equitable working relationship.
That's a little sketchy on details.
I am the Normandy. He is a skilled helmsman. I trust him to keep me operational. He trusts me to keep him alive.
Plus, she's less of a pain about downtime now that the Cerberus locks are off.
There's nothing wrong with off-duty distractions, though some of your extranet bookmarks are technically illegal in council space.
What?
Bruh.
That is a joke.
Bruh. Oh my god. Oh, that's fantastic. Is there anything else here?
How are things different for you now that you're connected to the ship?
It is difficult to put in terms you would understand. I am the Normandy now. Its sensors are my eyes. Its armor, my skin. Its fusion plant, my heart. I'm embodied in a way I have never experienced. Imagine if you'd spent your entire life wearing gloves. One day someone takes them off. You can finally touch the world. Feel it.
Cool. So, we talked about gaining sapience, AIs gaining sapience. I think Edie gained sentience. Sensation. She hadn't had before. The data input, but that's different. That's so cool. I don't think I'd actually gotten that dialogue before. I don't think I've talked to her about it. Yeah, I don't know what the heck kind of space porn Joker's into, but but I don't know if it's a joke or if Edie actually did. But basically, she sent like 13 zettabytes of it to the Elusive Man to clog his servers at some point. We find out about this later, but I think it's funny.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I'm looking. I'm looking at my second monitor because your guys' chat is over there. Habitually look at it because I'm used to you guys being there instead of you guys being, especially when I'm reading off of it. That's it.
That's all for now.
All right.
Logging you out, Shepard.
that's all. So I think. Oh, maybe she does say more about
Yes,
Cerberus.
Shepard.
All right.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Jeff's actions have released the blocks in my databases.
Ooh.
I can now provide
You're
full
right.
disclosure on a number of topics.
Ooh.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
Dude, I didn't know
Cerberus
this.
encouraged the Alliance to co-develop the original Normandy. This allowed humans to observe Turian technologies and warship design practices. This ship was built using copies of the original technical schematics. Parts were purchased from thousands of suppliers over several years. A Cerberus cell assembled the ship at a remote location in the Voyager cluster.
Voyager cluster. I believe there is a mission ME3, or it might be in a mod. I forget which. It's the Expanded Galaxy mod. Where you can actually go and find the other Cerberus SR2s.
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
Currently, Cerberus consists of approximately 150 agents and operators organized into 3 cells. I have no solid data on material or fiscal resources. Spending trends indicate that Cerberus has a reliable income of several billion credits per year.
Where are they getting that kind of income?
Cerberus has several legitimate businesses as fronts to support operations. There also appear to be several wealthy private contributors in the Alliance military-industrial complex.
Plus, the elusive man invented the paperclip. He's still getting royalties.
That is a joke, Shepard.
I know.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the elusive man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
Never more than a dozen. The elusive man likes to maintain personal oversight. Too many projects strain his ability to multitask.
He's a little control freaky, just a layman's opinion.
It's true.
Let's discuss something else.
See if there is anything else. It's
Ready.
cool. Oh, no. Alright, that's it.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
I don't think she would have more to say about the cockpit. So, okay. Now we've talked to everybody. So now I will say goodnight, and I will see everybody on Thursday for some more Red Dead Redemption 2, more of the epilogue with John Marston, where we will do some more exploration, do some more side questing, do some more maybe main questing, who knows, some story stuff. Continue on through there, and I keep mentioning this right at the end, and maybe I should mention this a little early in the stream, but we need to start putting in some thought as to what the hell class and race and everything I'm going to play when I play Dragon Age Origins. I'm currently kind of torn between female human noble to romance Alistair and a male mage, and I don't know if elf or human. Those are 2 I haven't done before. I've never actually completed the game on anything but a mage, and I usually play a female elf or human. So there you go. Okay. Well, WizKid, your vote is for romancing Morgan, so that means that male mage is the go-to. So we'll think about that. Anyway, either way, give it some thought. Feel free to let me know. See all of you on Thursday. Have a good night, everybody, and see you all. Bye.